Emotional intelligence is very important to me as a person. I've struggled with mental health challenges most of my life. And so I really admire your efforts to squash the stigma around surrounding that issue. So you've been open about the importance of mental health in pro sports. What made you decide to speak out on that issue?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was huge because I understood that um, some of the things that I went through mentally in college were, you know, um, were things that had me with my back against the wall, thinking that, I might have needed to walk away from the game of football, needed to walk away from my scholarship and just go home. And I don't know, everything was just too hard. Back to back things that were happening. I just didn't know what mental health was. I didn't know that I was dealing with it and battling with it. So for me, it was one of those things where when I finally came to the light out of that dark time, I knew I needed to be an advocate. There was a player by the name of Tyler Linsky back who was a quarterback at Washington State, and he ended up taking his life, and that was life changing for me because I was going through such a dark time at the same time, and I found my way, and I just couldn't understand what he could possibly be going through, and what that could possibly look like for somebody. Because I was going through something that was, in my opinion, all I could think about was walking away from the game of football. So for someone else to go that route, it kind of affected me heavy. We had a triple overtime game with them that year that, emotionally left a good connection, I guess you would say, and respect for players across the sideline from each other. And so when I got into the NFL and I saw, the stigma that was just eating at, some of the athletes, um, I finally found my calling when it was a moment where I didn't want to have Alexander Mattison merchandise. I didn't want to have Alexander Mattison football camp. I wanted something that was bigger than that, something that was more than me, because it always had been. It always has been about more than me. And so that's when I Am Gifted was born. And my journey with mental health became extremely serious. And that's where I decided to become an advocate for mental health.